What do we got today, Christina?
So
Well,
yeah,
you already
today
talked
again
about it.
yeah, no, it's okay. We're talking about frankincense, which is the doTERRA product of the month with a 200 point value order or more. And it's just an amazing oil, so beneficial in so many different ways that we wanted to make sure to talk about it a little bit more, and also ways to do some scientific research. So if you're on the internet and trying to look for tips and tricks and some science behind some ailments that you may be experiencing or some oils that you wish to use and what they may be beneficial for, then we're going to talk a little bit about that today as well. So frankincense and how to research
All
oils.
right. Okay, so on the Zoom or on the Zoom screen I have, you can find so much out on the doTERRA.com website. So if you do a search, let me see if I could just reverse my camera here and see if it's okay. Perfect. Okay. So
Yeah.
so the reason I had a friend who might be watching this, and she did a little she was doing her own research on the internet. And trust me, there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet, but you want to make sure that you are researching with trusted sources. Definitely, a lot of the doTERRA wellness advocates, if they're, I would say, leaders in the business, they are attending events, they're getting the latest information, then those are good resources. But if you're just going to some strange, website, like, I don't know, maybe even like websites like Mind Body Green and all that, they are working with essential oils that are not as pure, and maybe not sourced that well. So a lot of their protocols that they recommend um, may or may not be effective. So I wanted to just go over some ways to really do your research. So this website right here is the Frankincense study, and there's a lot of great information here. What they've done. So I'm just going to read like the first couple paragraphs. So frankincense essential oil, ours, doTERRA, is obtained from the sap of the boswellia tree, and it's in Arabia, frankincense resin was used for traditional health practices. So it's been used for thousands of years. It was, if you look along the King's Trail in Oman, you will find lots of frankincense trees out there. And doTERRA chooses to source over there because of the chemistry. And then again, you can go to the chemistry. There's a chemistry of frankincense oil on the doTERRA.com website in the blog, and you can learn all about the frankincense, our chemistry. So it contains a complete mixture of monoterpenes. Okay, monoterpenes are compounds like alpha pinene, limonene, alpha theogene. Let me turn up there we go. And beta pinene. And some other uses for frankincense are, you could take 1 or 2 drops and swallow under your tongue. And you could do it in a veggie cap to support healthy cellular function. Now, we say these words because we're live on social media, and we cannot make medical claims, but basically there's, one of the top 3 killers in America right now is that word that starts with a C, a letter C. Okay, and that is due to damaged DNA. The cells just go awry. And so this oil there are so many studies out there where it's been known to support cells in the body that have gone awry. So let's go to another great source of finding research. Okay, if you go to PubMed, so this is the National Library of Medicine, National Center for Biotechnology Information. So you can go here and see all the studies. So for example, I'm just going to type in, no, I'm not going to type that word. I'm going to type in frankincense essential. Actually, here, I'm just going to type in frankincense and the C word. And you guys can see that there's a ton of studies here, anti-inflammatory and anti-C activities of frankincense. So there's different studies right here. So let's just click on it, okay? And so that way you guys can see that this is actual science, and how they've done these studies. So I will see here. They talk about brain tumors, right?
Hmm.
So frankincense revealed beneficial effects towards brain tumor related edema, but did not reduce glioma size. Even if there's no treatment effect on brain tumors itself, the management of glioma associated edema may represent a desirable improvement. So if you guys just gotta, like, again, do your own research. There are closed groups here though that we have, once you start to learn about these oils, and stuff like that, you will see amazing testimonials. Like, again, I'm going to show this. Oh, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So I'll let Christina tell you the story about this guy. Okay, so
Yeah,
she
no,
met him.
well, yeah, no, I did meet this guy that you're about to show, Teddy. But moreover, I wanted to talk about scientific articles. As somebody who is really familiar with scientific articles, not only because I'm a science major in school and I had to read these things and digest them and write reports about them. Um, I have a family member who was diagnosed, and so I spent a lot of time at the University of Hawaii Medical Library. Um, you know, researching things that are really intense. And so, um, a lot of people don't have access to a university library with all these medical journals, but that's how PubMed is so important, that you can do this research on your own internet at home and find some really important information that empowers you as a person, that you can bring. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Um, but it empowers you as a person, as somebody who it may be affecting directly, to bring to your physicians and asking for more information and more help. This is critical. To not necessarily, doctors are so incredible and they're so valuable, and I'm not putting them aside in any way. We need them so badly, but to be able to bring somebody even more information to help them improve and potentially make an effect on your diagnoses, or somebody that you know is their diagnoses, is like a power even more than you could imagine. And that's the power of the PubMed, is that you can research things, you can research topics, you can research essential oils, you can research whatever, and you can find anything that's going on right now, real time, the science happening. And so that's why we're sharing this information with you. But the effects of frankincense are amazing, especially with this C word that we're referring to, who pretty sure everybody in this world has known somebody directly that has had to deal with it. But frankincense is an amazing tool when we're dealing with systematic thing, things in our body. It's a tool that helps our cells. It's literally on a cellular level. Frankincense is assisting our body in terms of a cellular health, inflammation. Um, it's an analgesic. It's an antiseptic. It's there's so many uses for frankincense. That's why we call it the king of oils. And it's so fitting that we're in the holiday season, and for those of us who, or for those of you who follow the Christian faith, you may be aware that this is one of the things that was brought to, according to the story, it was brought to baby Jesus by the three wise men, frankincense, gold, and myrrh. And it's really interesting that frankincense and myrrh were the two brought to baby Jesus during this Christian story, because myrrh is incredibly helpful too. Um, for anybody going through major systemic situations, um, as you can see, those of you on the Zoom screen, you can see, oh, and you can see it on I can see the IG screen too. Um, there's amazing uses for the big word that affects our body and has cells multiplying out of control in a way that's not healthy. Frankincense and myrrh are two amazing oils to assist you through this process of healing. And I guarantee you, your doctors will be mind blown. And so Teddy's got
Yeah.
on the Instagram screen this gentleman that I met, and that's what she threw it to me to talk about this. So we at doTERRA, we're doing these events called Reclaim Your Health. And so I urge you to look on Eventbrite and look if there's a city near you having these Reclaim Your Health events, or reach out to us and we'll help you find a city near you. It's amazing to learn about what doTERRA has to offer in terms of reclaiming your health in this day and age. But I had the opportunity to hear this testimonial from this gentleman on the screen. Um, and he basically, at the photograph, the first photograph on the left hand side on the Instagram screen, he was given 6 months to live, and he had some sort of life-threatening ailment that he received because of his work, over many years, being exposed in a toxic environment at his work situation. And eventually, I believe he had ear protection or something like that. And eventually, he noticed he was getting a sore in front of his ear. He went to the doctor and found out it was cancerous. And so, for a long time, they were trying to work with it, and it really, truly wasn't healing. It was getting worse, and the doctors didn't know what to do. At the point of, again, this photograph, he was given 6 months to live. It was, the cancer was spreading into his carotid artery, um, and the family was devastated. So the story goes is that the family members knew of doTERRA and they knew of its power, and they just begged him to please try anything. And he wanted to be there for his family, so he was willing to try anything at that point, given 6 months to live. And so they walked into a store that had doTERRA essential oils available, and immediately he was given frankincense essential oil and myrrh applied directly to his wound. And over a period of time of putting these oils directly on the wound daily, they did notice an amazing change in him, and the wound started getting smaller. On his doctor checkups, they noticed significant changes. And so he continued with the frankincense and myrrh treatment. He eventually started taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack and other really critical supplements that he found so beneficial to his health. And as you can see from the photograph there, his wound is healed. And he let us know that when he went to the doctor, where they previously had seen cancerous cells in his carotid artery, they were not seeing those cancerous cells anymore. And again, I'm sorry I get so emotional, but this is a powerful thing, to have a gift that we can use, that is so beneficial and so impactful in such a short period of time. You know, why not try it?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Um,
So let's just take a breath.
yeah, sorry,
All
I
good.
just need to.
Go ahead and take some breaths, and while she's doing that, again, she talked about, so again, these Reclaim Your Health events, where you can, dive deep into each of the different bodily systems. You get to learn, we focus on nutrition and digestion. We focus on movement. We focus on reducing toxins. Um, like that's just it. Your environment, um, in your house is huge. So you have the power to control like what you want to use as cleaning products. You get to choose what you want to put on your body. Like I'm super picky about products I use on my body. Why? Because my skin is the largest organ. So my skin, I use all doTERRA stuff. Most of my skincare is all doTERRA stuff. I don't use any other brand like lotion or anything like that. I do use I don't know. I do use like a surfer solve that's really nice out here in Hawaii, but doTERRA also has comparable products. We came out with this like shea butter thing that I'm totally addicted to. This is like a surfer solve right here, and there's a bunch of different flavors of this these tins right now. It's a holiday special. This one is helichrysum rose, but again, we just wanted to again hop on here and just educate you guys on again the power of essential oils. Oh, I wanted to show some other ways to use frankincense again. But again, frankincense is the king of oils. Again, it is the promotion of the month. It's a freebie when you place an order for more than 200 PV. Frankincense on its own wholesale is about $80. So that's an $80 value. So you want to try to stock up on it. I like to use frankincense in as a meditation. You know, when I'm doing my yoga classes, I like to use it. I put a drop in my coffee. What I do is I have these little um, dropper vials that you can buy from. I like to get them from either Oil Life or aromatools.com. Those are sister companies to doTERRA, so I like to support small, you know, businesses versus getting them on Amazon. But I make little coffee blends. These are my coffee and tea blends, and frankincense is in one of them. On the screen right now too, this is a natural moisturizer. So if you know want to get creative, you can actually make your own natural moisturizer. And this is it. You get a third cup of aloe vera gel. Do not use the juice or from the plant because the cream won't whip properly. So you need aloe vera gel, 2 tablespoons sweet almond oil, 2 tablespoons jojoba oil, half a tablespoon of beeswax, and 10 drops of frankincense essential oil. So this is like your own surfer's solve or like a balm. You know, you're basically making something like this, right? You can, you know, make your own tin, and you just, you know, in a double boiler, you gently heat the oils and the beeswax, and then you transfer it to a mixing bowl, and then you got to let it cool for about an hour until it reaches room temperature, and then you slowly add the aloe vera gel and the frankincense as you whip the mixture with a hand blender. And you want to, again, wait till it cools off. If you put essential oils in high heat, it will destroy some of the healing properties of the oil. So it's important when you're doing these DIYs to, you know, let your, especially like this kind of, where you're melting things with heat, definitely let it cool down. So this is a recipe to make your own natural moisturizer. Just gonna screen again.
Remember, frankincense was an essential oil that Cleopatra used, and she was known, right, for her
Yeah.
beauty and her youthful appearance. So that's why another reason why frankincense is amazing. We always call back to Cleopatra when you want that beautiful, youthful skin. Frankincense is amazing for that.
And again, a lot of skincare companies, they use frankincense resin in it, but who knows where it's sourced from? It may not be as pure, and they're just, you know, throwing it on the ingredients in the box. You know, but again, we don't know the potency or the source of it. But then if you look at a lot of these other skincare products on the market, they're going to add toxic things in there. You know, like, you know, phthalates, you know, endocrine disruptors. You know, those are just other, you know, chemicals. So you're, again, trading your vanity. You're trading vanity for your health. So I get it. You want to look nice, but then your health is going to suffer, you know. So something to just
Or,
consider. Yeah.
and a lot of these things you can DIY with the oils and with very simple organic products.
So this is a diffuser blend, and it's actually two of my favorites, wild orange and peppermint. That's actually a focus blend. But if you add frankincense to it, it gives it a nice kind of Christmassy scent in the house. And again, here's some other ways how to use frankincense during self-reflection or meditation. I mentioned earlier, I like to use it during yoga, apply topically to a hand cream or a lotion. I just gave you a recipe. Take a drop or two in a veggie cap as part of your daily health regimen. I definitely take it every day. I'm consuming it again, you know, in my coffee and my tea. And another thing too is I'm waiting for my coffee and tea to cool down. You know what I mean? It's not hot. I don't put it, you know, I make sure that when I add my creamer, it usually, you know, cools down my coffee. And with my tea, I just make a smaller portion and then I add cooler water to cool down the mixture. Because in my tea, I also like to add honey. And honey, if you again add honey to a hot concoction, it's going to destroy the enzymes and all the healthy benefits in honey. So you want to make sure that you're bringing your teas to room temperature before you add honey or essential oil to it. So again, another little diffuser blend here, different oils. So you guys, you know, can either just pause the video or screenshot. I think that is it that we have today. Is there anything else that you want to add,
Well,
Christina?
I was just going to talk about really quickly in for doTERRA. We source, it's a really important oil for the co-impact sourcing. So when we're talking about making an impact and tripling our impact, frankincense is a really critical oil for that. So for those of us who are interested in making a difference with our purchases, then frankincense is one of those key oils for assisting in the triple the impact goal. And it is actually made from 4 different frankincense species. So we are always at doTERRA very aware of our global impact. And frankincense is a really important oil to a lot of us doTERRA users. So we're very aware and making sure that we are not
Yeah.
taking more than what is responsible. So that's an awesome thing about doTERRA. So yeah, it's an amazing oil for your skin and your nervous system and so much more. It's one of those oils we say, if something happens to you and you don't know what oil to use frankincense. And that is such a real thing. I was just telling Teddy, we, over the Thanksgiving break, visited the Great Wolf Lodge, which is an indoor water park, lots of germs, right? And I noticed one of my kids getting a little bit stuffy, and I saw the symptoms of something coming on, and because I was traveling, I didn't have a ton of oils with me, but I did have frankincense. And so I was applying frankincense to her belly button at nighttime, and it was amazing how she got over that little bug. And I, who was not doing the same, within a couple days, overnight instantaneously got a sinus infection. So there's something to the immunity, like immune system support of frankincense.
Long
There's something
term.
to the neurological support of frankincense. Like, it's so beneficial on so many different levels. It's just an all-around amazing oil. And I also wanted to say, Teddy, it's so interesting. I had the amazing opportunity to have a vendor event at a hospital last Friday, which I'm so thankful every time I go to this hospital because they're so welcoming, and I love them all. But the thing about it is, I was speaking to somebody and they were purchasing frankincense, and they were letting me know how expensive it was and how they paid like $120 for a doTERRA frankincense. And I said, oh, sir, please let me assist you, because they're paying way more than retail price. As Teddy mentioned at the beginning of our broadcast, it's about 70 something bucks for the wholesale price, $78 for a wholesale bottle, 15 milliliters of frankincense pure essential oil from doTERRA. So if for some reason you're paying more than that, please reach out to either me, Teddy, or whoever sent you here for the amazing gift of a frankincense essential oil for either $78 or potentially free this month with your order. So please reach out to us so you can get this amazing essential oil in your arsenal for a very good price for a very pure, very
Yes.
very beneficial essential oil.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I have to
So
say about frankincense. It's
I know.
amazing.
Yeah. Agreed.
As far
All
as
right. Oh yeah, let's
real
just do some
quick,
quick,
yeah,
emotional
real quick,
benefits
let's talk
really
about
quick.
the emotional benefits of frankincense essential oil. It is the oil of truth. It reveals deceptions and false truths. It invites individuals to let go of lower vibrations. Nobody wants that. Lies, deceptions, and negativity. We want to create new perspective based on light and truth, and that's what frankincense does. It recalls to memory spiritual understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that the soul brought into this world. It's a powerful cleanser of spiritual darkness. So again, when we're in these times of outside, when it's dark on the outside in our outside world because the sun is not around as much to brighten up our soul and our life, then frankincense will help aid us, bring us to a higher vibration and a more brightful day and a better truth to our life.
Yes. And I just quickly just put that on the screen. So again, you guys can either pause or try to screenshot. But this is again the emotional benefits of frankincense.
Yes.
So
Yes.
all
Let's,
right. Well, thank
yeah.
you so much,
Thank you, Teddy.
Christina, for uh, joining us, and everybody who's taken a moment on 12/12 to become transformed like we have.
Yes. Such a
So we will see you
beautiful
guys.
oil for this new moon. Happy new moon to us all. Let's set some beautiful intentions for the rest of the year. I know astrologically, a lot of us could potentially look at the rest of the year and get a little bit nervous with Mercury going into retrograde and whatnot. But you know what? We've got this, especially when we have frankincense in our arsenal. So reach out to Teddy or I or whoever invited you to this broadcast. If you need help, we are always here for you. Have a great day.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Aloha.